Interesting. Okay, so there's a bug at the moment, where you can't unlock the hero powers. So I would pick Bran, but I can't unlock this. So I guess I'm playing Drek'Thar. I do not care about playing any of those. The only ones I will ever want to play are these two. And I think I gotta go for the tried and tested. Actually, okay, I guess I might want the Warlock one. The Warlock one could be good. But with Drek'Thar, there's one thing that is consistently pretty good. What else do I want in here? I always want this. Probably want Primal Fin. Is that it? Do I just run with this? There has to be something I'm missing here. Some kind of card draw or value card that... No? No, maybe it's just Murlocs. Maybe it really is just this. Just that simple. I could play Fireheart, but... I don't know. I like the look of this. I played Murloc Shaman a handful of times, and honestly, like... things like Fireheart tend to just get stuck in hand and do nothing. I actually really like this option. And also I have a lot of neutrals in here, which is really, really good. If I was going to cut something from this list, it would probably be one of the neutral ones. Something like Primal Fin. And having more options for the hero power is just really good. Alright, greedy Murloc Shaman, let's go. Oh, sorry, not greedy. The opposite. Like, it's super low to the ground. I'm hoping I kill them by, like, turn 4. And if they're still alive at the end of... if they're, like, not conceding by the end of turn 5, I've probably died. I've probably lost at that point.
Drek'Thar versus Mozaki.
The mage tend to put a lot of frost spells in their starter deck, because all of the best treasures are frost right now. There's a really good fire one, but the single best one is at the end of your turn, if you've played a frost spell, summon a water elemental. And the other frost one is whenever damage would be dealt to a frozen enemy, double it. And those are both absolutely absurd. Those are both huge. So I'm expecting a lot of frost, a lot of ways to lock up my board, but not a lot of ways to remove it. Mammy's good. Just a bit of durable on-board presence. I really want to see something like Lush Water Scout or Clownfish early. Those are the two most important cards. Now, in particular, I can hit off the hero power. Clownfish I can't, so I'm a little more likely to see the Scout, but also it's a little more unpredictable in some situations, because if I like roll for the Scout with the hero power and get War Leader, for example, I might not want to play it that turn. Here, however, I will look for a Scout. Yeah, there we go. Case in point, case in point. This is just really weak now. I still do it. I still play it because that's the kind of deck I'm on, right? Like, you just turbo Murloc, but now they just get to hero power it down for free and not care. Yep. As we were saying, Frosty is the way to play. That is the worst turn to draw this. I was hoping to hit that off this. Alright, we're gonna dredge up a Murloc, see what we get. The 2/2 copy, right? I'm gonna just go face. I could rush in, I could do anything else, but honestly, I'd rather make them just deal with it. They have to answer this. 6 towards Megafin, with 3 in hand and 6 in deck. What do you know? My deck of... Oh, sorry, 7. 7 in deck. My deck of 7 cards is 7 Murlocs. There are a lot of games with this deck where you just aggro them down and then on turn 6 it's just, okay, Elemental Chaos, you die. Because they're at 6 or less, but obviously that becomes harder to do the further you go into a run. But those are the situations where Megafin starts to play in. Like, the quest isn't super relevant for like the first 3 or 4 games. But I should be winning the first 3 or 4 games on the aggro game plan. And then it becomes more of a Megafin value game later. Oh, rude, rude. There's the last thing I wanted to see. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. That sure was a set of cards you played. What do we have? Oracle, useless here. Oh, not useless. Scout. Scout is good here. Scout is really good here. Lookout, fine, yeah, good. Tidecaller bad. Tidecaller's the only bad one. Okay. That's interesting, actually. That is literally just swapping my hand with my deck if I pick Finley here. Which I think I want to do. My hand is all neutrals. And also I can shoot this down with the 2. And so now I have the Scout. I have Megafin quest completed next turn. I have a wide board that they have to answer. They just used Kona Cold, so they might have Frost Nova. But it's too early for Blizzard. And also I'm threatening extra damage if they don't answer the board because I've got the Grimscale Oracle. Alright, I like this. I love how it's, because Finley puts them at the bottom of the deck, it specifies that these 5 are in the bottom of my deck in the tracker, in my 5-card deck. Like, at some point it has to just be like, you know what, that's your deck, the end. Unless they're in order. I guess that was the bottom, like that was the left of my hand in this order, right? It was that? So maybe I draw them in that order. Tidehunter first, then Chaos, then Amalgam. Oh, that's disgusting. I hate it. Fucking spammy Arcanist in. Yeah, I mean, it's good here. I can't argue it, but... Yike. Can't help but feel a little bit scammed, gotta be honest. Alright, my next 2 Murlocs cost 2 less. So I can still Megafin. So I did draw the Tidehunter, so Elemental Chaos next. Oh. Oh, didn't know that. Good information. I can play Tidehunter, then Megafin. Get 8 Murlocs into hand and have 4 mana to spend. Oh my god, can you stop? Seven? What the fuck? Mask of Cthulhu? That's not a frost spell? Doesn't even show you. Should show you how much armor it gained. It was 7. I saw it was 7. No, not the scout. Alright. Let's see how much we can do then. This is gonna get pretty big. We have a hydrologist? That's a fun one. Magic Fin is in here. Void Gill? Huh. Huh. I think I want the hydrologist more. I don't want the Galloping Savior here in case they have to play a lot to replenish the board. And also I'm just gonna play this and hit them for 9. Oh, got Chaos in hand. So I can 6 them at any point. They have to Blizzard, yeah. And then trade it in, okay. So, we'll start by discovering a Murloc. Cookie's good. War Leader's also good. I think I want War Leader more just because it's gonna stick to the board. Like, if any board sticks, it makes that board a threat, no matter what. Problem is now, if I Finley, I put the War Leader to the bottom. It'll be the only thing my hero power could hit, but, well. Maybe that's worth it. I'll have another one in hand anyway, sure. Is that not how that works? Oh, wow, okay, so I just replenished my deck. That's actually really funny. Cool. I didn't know how that worked. That's good to know. I guess that makes sense. I was treating it as put your hand to the bottom, then draw that many. But it would say that if it did that, right? It specifically says swap. So, yeah, okay. I don't own Finley, so I've not, again, another one I've not really learned.
You wish to match wits with me.
So that is a frost spell and nothing else. Oh. I've got 6 here. 12. I think this is really good.
Was this your card?
They probably have Mask of Cthulhu. I assume that was the 7 in their deck. They have it because of Varden. It's like the only shadow spell that Mage gets. So they can then get the Mask of Cthulhu over and over from Varden. They can get it every time they play Varden if they've played it already in a game. And it's a very consistently good spell to get. but it does nothing in this position. And that's what matters to me right now.
Who are you?
By my calculations,
I'm gonna turn off the sound notification controllers. I should do that at some point. Okay. That is a very frozen board. I'll give him that.
the wails of these cowards running out of cards.
I get to clean up this board entirely with their elemental chaos. Now I just put them to 2. Oh, right. I should have played the crab first. The crab should have hit both of these first, so I actually cleared the board. They potentially have armor gain, but I think I care more about
I'm out of cards.
if they can pick Varden up again and refreeze my board. Right now they have to both answer the board and gain health, and that's going to be pretty difficult for them to do. Okay. There's the freeze, but yeah, no health gain, so... That was a fun game. Like, I don't think I was ever really behind in that game. But it isn't the way the Murloc deck normally plays, and especially not in game 1. Hey, early rush is good, but 2 random secrets is also really, really strong. The thing with rush is it means that, like, you almost never fall behind on board, but, like, this deck's pretty bad at doing that anyways. Like, it's difficult to fall behind on board with Murlocs. Whereas 2 random secrets, obviously random, can just backfire massively, but it's always a plus, and secondly, like, a lot of secrets are, once you get ahead, it keeps you ahead. So, I think this is good. I mean, these are really bad cards for my deck. This is just a really bad card in general. Murloc, Murloc. Okay, whatever, it'll do.
Drek'Thar versus Illusia.
I do things my
Spell
own way.
Priest. Spell Priest usually pretty good. I think that's a matchup I like. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And go turn 1 quest, turn 2 coin clownfish. Yeah, and okay, they just got a thing that says their spells get cheaper. Cthulhu? That's unexpected. Been a while since I've seen a Cthulhu deck, but it's usually the heal one that does it. Spellbender Ice Barrier. Ice Barrier is bad for me, but Spellbender protecting a couple of Murlocs could be really strong. Just running out an army of Murlocs already. They could clear this, but it would take a lot of work, and more likely they have spot removal for the 3/2, which then runs into Spellbender.
I'll take that.
Not the best hit, but not a bad one. Most important thing for Drek'Thar with Murlocs is like you're consistently drawing them. You put in this specifically. So like I'm not running the 3 mana 2/5 that adds a piranha to your hand every turn because like the piranhas don't do that much for me, right? They contest a board where I'm already usually ahead on board. That's not what this deck is bad at. And I don't want the Shaman Murlocs as much. Clownfish is too good to pass up. 2 damage to the face is really good. This is 2 for the quest. Like, there are reasons to put in all of things like these. Like, even Primal Fin has an argument. I don't like it, but it has an argument to be in there. But, yeah, you get to just draw out... Oh my god, I always play this. This is too good not to. That's a bit of a miss, though. I mean, I guess. I'm gonna just push face as well. Yeah, these do 2 damage to me. Cool. The worst that can happen here is, like... Gift of an Arrow, probably? Binding Heal? Desperate... Desperate Prayer? Is that what it's called? A heal 5 to each? Even Blessed here on that one isn't too scary right now just because of the ice barrier. Like, they probably would go face with it. Actually, no, they would probably take out the 3/2, wouldn't they? Oh. Yeah, that one is, that one is bad for me. Although, not that bad. So, Wally the Lethal. Oracle Lethal. um. I guess I have to play this out. I kind of misplayed because I was looking for the 1-drop, but I should have played this out before this. Like, even if I get the 1-drop, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter that I played this out, I just have lethal. But if I don't get it, then I wanted this first, so I could kill this for free with this one. So that was definitely a misplay, but hopefully not one that has too much here. And I still play it out at the end here because I want to kind of empty my hand a little bit for the Megafin, and I've got a lot of value set up, so more efficient, I think, for me to still play it. And it looks like they're just out of options here. 0 mana, so unless there's a Desperate Prayer incoming. Alright. I think it's just 3 mana plus 4. These are both pretty bad for this deck. This is way too slow and this is way too random. This is just a big buff that pushes ahead on board. And it looks like more Murlocs. This one's really good again. Death Rattle means it's just sticky and is 2 ticks to the quest. This is a really good one to get from the hero power. Well, whatever. We can't win them all. Blurgle is amazing, though. Blurgle is incredibly strong, and I would love to see that in this at some point, but I think it is in the pool, it's just really unlikely. Let me see. Oh no, it's in there, it's reasonably high. 4.7, which, you know, by comparison, what did I get there? It was, Primal Fin Lookout is 3%. Spawn Pool Forager is also 3%. The highest in the bucket is No Fin Can Stop Us, which is like 6 point something. So, you know what? Fair enough. Like, Blurgle is unlikely just because there are so many Murlocs, but it is actually reasonably high in the Murloc bucket, which is good.
Drek'Thar versus Willow.
I didn't want my inner conflict to manifest this way.
For the Frostwolf clan.
They all say their line as though they're against the same hero when they're against Drek'Thar or Vandar. That's the line that she says when she faces herself. And earlier, I had Fireheart saying something about I hate imposters. Oh, we are on Murloc mirrors though. Sudden Betrayal Mirror Entity. Mirror Entity? Mirror Entity? I'm a big fan of that one right now. Cookie's Ladle is like the best thing for this deck, but I don't know. I'm starting to question if it's even possible because I've just not had it once. Sudden Betrayal is also really strong here. They're playing an aggro deck and I've just got a thing that says, actually, trade with your own minions instead. What the fuck? Give another random friendly. Yeah. Cool. Deal. No, not wall either. Alright, can I get... Oh, that's... not what I was thinking, but also pretty good. Nah, I guess I want to hero power for now. That's pretty good. If they have the soul fragment one that does 2 to everything, this is bad for me, but I would be stunned if they were playing that in an aggro deck. This, I think, makes a little more sense. Okay. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just going to keep that off the board for now because I don't really care so much about the 3 damage here. At this point, almost any damage is lethal. And it is something that can definitely do a ton of damage if they go off with it. Obviously, Sudden Betrayal helps with that, but that was not what I was expecting to see out of them. Gotta be honest. Not the card I was expecting, but... The taunt. Yeah. Yeah. That was terrible. That was horrendous. I'm normally better than that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So this only affects the 2 spawn pool foragers. But I don't want my minions to cost more. That's really bad for me. except for Primal Fin Totem, Mermy, and Spawn Pool Forager. I guess Tide Lost Borrower is pretty good for it as well. 6 mana for a 6/6 that creates a 4/4. It's okay. Tide Hunter? 4 mana 4/3 that makes a 3/3. I'm not convinced by this. I'm not sold on it. It makes the boards way harder to get rid of, which might be good going forwards though. If I'm gonna take this, this is the point to do it, isn't it? Wait, wait, 1 goddamn second. If they cost 2 more, then I only pull 1-drops from the hero power at that point, because it's anything that's 3 or less. So I would only pull Grimscale Oracle, Tidecooler, and Mermy. That's it. I don't think I can take this. I think it's too risky now. I think I have to go for this. And all it does is bring me back Spawn Pool Foragers, which is fine. What is this? Group learning? Who are you learning from? Ah, okay. Okay. I mean, I guess Doctor Boom is some late game burst potential? Arguably? God, that's Group learning is still the most misleading bucket name. I know the idea is that it's like, this is what other people with your hero have been playing. But like, it is not learning very well, I don't think. Especially when I see cards in there that are banned in duels. Like, it needs to learn from the starter decks, not just from everything. I got one the other day that was group learning with Sir Finley. Like, that's not possible. You cannot put Sir Finley in your starter deck. Don't offer it to me in group learning. And nature damage +2, and it buffs their minions. Oh, okay. That's really good. Ice Trap here is amazing. Duplicate. Decent. I should have probably coined that there and then, actually. Guess I'll do this. Oh, I will treat that as being rewarded. I know how much I actually care about the Tidecooler early, but I think I want it. And I think the fact that it's protected by the Ice Trap is a really big deal here. That's a good one. Start getting some damage in. They'll have a duplicate, so even if they now use the Lunar Eclipse to kill the 6/2, I get it back to hand. Bye! I'll go for the Grimscale. Ah. That was not what I was expecting to see, though, I gotta be honest. Wait, 8? 11, 12? Not War Leader, damn. How likely are they to Starfall? Very. Well, we do it anyway. It's just too good not to, right? They're at 9? I've done 21 damage. It's turn 4. It's barely even anything to do with duels. The only thing I've done is put a Lunar Eclipse back in their hand. I started with an Ice Trap. That is the difference that this being duels has made. Okay, swipe makes sense. There is a 1/1 left, but that's it. 5/5/7 damage. Oh my god, it's so close. It's so close. Okay, still gonna dig first. Perfect. I guess I go for the card draw? None of these matter really, but I just want to punch for 5. They have to gain armor now, because otherwise I just kill them on cards in hand. Just shoot them with 2 South Coast Chieftains. Okay. Into mana? Or card draw? Card draw, they're digging for answers. Is it naturalize? Is it mycelium?
Some thrive, some wilt.
Oh. Oh! Not often you get wins over Druid, but Murloc Shaman is the secret apparently. This is amazing, right? I just get to slam this on 4 and then start pulling out all the Murlocs from my deck still. Whenever Jazz is also really good. Like, this is exactly the point where my board is going wide and I'm able to just, like, make everything durable, but the weapon, the repeated weapon is really valuable as well. Oh my god, I got Murkai. Scargill is amazing too. Murkai is banned in duels, let's put it that way. You cannot put Murkai in your starter deck because that's too good.
Drek'Thar versus Turalian. I will savor this victory for the Frostwolf clan.
So Clownfish early is really good, especially on the coin. The Scout is really good, but I'm not sure about the Crab Rider, and I think this hero power scares me, right? Like, I can rush into their minions really effectively. Great, and then they come back. Like, at least I'll always have stuff on board, I guess? But, yeah, I'm a little worried about this one. This is where the Paladin deck really shines, by the way, is against an aggro deck like mine. Like, I just have to get through these really big value minions that all have taunt. They're on extra mana, and yeah, that's the one that matters. The Divine Shield's giving him +2/+2. Alright, what do we get? Noble Sack. Oh my Yogg! Oh my Yogg is good. God, how is that 1 mana? Oh my Yogg is
The light dim.
disgusting. Can I please just draw a 2-drop Murloc next turn? I don't even care which one. Just a 2-drop. Oh my god, I really need a 2-drop. Okay. That won't cut it. That won't be enough. Oh. No. Okay, well, I guess we're doing this. I need a 1 or... Yes, perfect, perfect. Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay. So next turn, I can go Clownfish, Scout, Forager. The Forager has Reborn and Rush, and the Death Rattle version also gains Rush. So I can then attack him with
True strength comes from within.
2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Please kill your own minion. Please, like, shadow. Not mine, no. Hopefully they just go face. Hopefully they just ignore everything. Yes. No? Shit. Alright. What is it they're shouting even? It's just noise. I have no idea what that was meant to be. Alright, so we rush this in. Which then gets to kill this, kill this. God, do I have to kill this just to dilute the res pool? No, I just have to kill these. I have to hope they hit the taunt, and I have to... Because otherwise they just flood the board with... Yeah, perfect, good. Because now they at least only have 4 of these. Only. This is not good. This is really not good. Murkai doesn't help. I don't think Mermy's gonna cut it, you know. Grimmer Patron is a disgusting card. Grimmer Patron is actually, like, arguably the best treasure, but most decks can deal with it. But it's, like, early enough to be difficult to remove threat, and good enough to be a must-kill threat. And the combination of those two can sometimes lead to this. Yeah. I don't think I can get out of that. I don't think that's gonna cut it. I'm exactly dead. Yeah. Alright, cool. Patron good. Who knew? Who knew? So obviously, like, I don't actually think Grimmer Patron is the best treasure. I think the single best treasure is Wand of Disintegration. God, do I want Blade? Is this a Blade deck? I think it is. I could go Murlocs here. Oh, Underbelly Angler is disgusting, actually. Yeah, I'd go Murlocs here. Cool. I was like, oh, 2 of them are neutral, but then I get a Shaman one, and the Shaman one's... Wait, hold on. I will say one thing. I think I'm still being too aggressive with my hero powers. I'm past the point where I can just hero power consistently and get value every time, right? A lot of the time now I'm drawing, like, awkward synergies that don't quite gel together, or cards that I've picked up from buckets that just aren't that great. So I think I need to actually be spending more of the cards in my hand and less of the cards from the hero power. That said, here's a hand that I just basically don't get to play. Cool. Alright, what did we get? I don't get to see yet because we're soon. Is this the same one I already played? No. Okay, different person. What did we get? Reckoning and Snakes. Those kind of suck. Okay. That'll do. That'll do. Holy shit, that'll do. That's amazing. That is like one of the best ones I could get. It's not neutral though. So I can't draw the the other version unless I manage to dredge it up, but I think I want to play it this turn anyway because I want to play the sword next turn, and so I get to buff that. God, if I play the sword enough, the Bluegill Warrior's just gonna be lethal. I'm just gonna kill this off so that they get fewer piranhas to pick off the Murlocs, and also if they play it now, they'll run into snakes. Perfect. Oh, amazing. I was really hoping I would get a 1-drop here. Now I can just do that. And get more value on whatever I draw next. God, the replayability on the fucking Blade of the Burning Sun is absurd. It's so good, this kind of deck. Like, it helps that I'm on a really aggressive deck with a couple of charge minions as well. Like, how good is Murkai gonna be in this list? Murkai is currently a 6/4 that then gets +1 attack for each other Murloc. Bluegill Warrior is a 2-mana 6/1. I think I wanna... I think I wanna do this, and then buff them. Then I can just trade that one in, and not care about the Murloc side. And they have to do something. They have to find a way to answer this. Which More of Cthulhu doesn't... Oh, a 4-mana Scream. Okay. And that does it. I get to buff them all over again. Perfect. Actually perfect. I guess I do this first. See what we get. Oh my god. If those two alone survive, this could just threaten lethal next turn. Depending on the draw. I would need Bluegill or Murkai, but they would have +3 attack each. On top of the sword buffs. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Your head isn't as empty as it looks.
Do they get a copy of a card in my deck? Because there's no way they should ever miss with this. In your opponent's hand, specifically. Okay. Oh, I guess they could miss with Dr. Boom, but odds are they saw either a sword or a Murloc. Well, and heal 5, wow. Alright, just gonna clean up the board a bit. I don't want these sticking around and I can clear them out pretty easily. Sure. 6-3 amalgam. Oh, Devouring Plague's really good against me, actually. And it didn't even kill the fishy flyer. Ah, okay. Well, it's bad. 10, 14 damage. Guess that would depend on what I hit off the hero power as well, but either way, that's not really going to be enough. So... Okay, okay. We'll play it, but it's not the most effective here. I don't really mind this just doing 1 a turn. That is not a threat. And at this point, they're so low on resources, while I'm still here just, yeah, sure, you deal 4 damage to me if you want. I just get to chain infinite swords. Oh, I just get to kill them, I guess. I wasn't going to count. I was going to go down until there was a 4-1 left. And then if they weren't at 4 or lower, I was going to hit their 0-4. But they were at 4, so I killed them. Like, why would I pick Murloc Shaman and then choose to do counting? That's not how this works. I'm playing this so I don't have to count damage. I just go face. No, I'm playing it because it's really fucking good. But, you know, the thought's there.
Drek'Thar versus Sir
What was my score the last time I played Murloc Shaman? 10 and 3.
Time to save the world for the Frostwolf clan.
Huh. And right now we're 5 and 1? Oh. That can go. I'm actually not sure I want the blade, but I guess it's pretty good with this. Ow. Mother.
Loktar Ogar.
Oh ho ho. Oh, I see you, buddy. I see where we are. Murloc Mirror. Hat trick, plagiarize. Cool. Let's see if they give us Murlocs then. Ha! The dream! They give us the best Murloc! The problem here is I can give this rush and hit for 2, but that doesn't kill it. So I think I want to just see what I get here. Oh, that'll do it. I'm a little disappointed drawing that this early, but so I can't buff it with the blade now, but I am happy taking out their Lush Water Scout because that card is very fucking threatening. Hey, Sky. Good seeing you. How's things going? Alright, we're just gonna rush in. And I'm gonna punch face. Yeah, not too bad. Pretty good games so far today, so... Lots of YouTube content. Now that I've, you know, started trying to actually give a fuck about YouTube content, I guess. Well, giving a fuck is putting it strongly. I guess I just have to kill the amalgam here. Oh, don't draw the Murloc now! No! That's disappointing. It would have been so good to start buffing this with the sword, but... oh well. Oh well. No more charge in the deck. The buff. Wow. Damn, that's a noise. I'm gonna hero power first every time here, I think. Oh, perfect. Sluggle every time. Absolutely, like, the best thing this deck can get. And... I want to buff those. Run this one in here, and then run this one in here. There's a ton of value now. There are 10 cards in hand. Okay, I get a cat out of that. That's not the worst for me. Lore Walker Cho. I have 2 spells total. Also, this was my 2-drop. Oh, Shiba 2-3. Perfect. So I've got the Mega Fin value for the late game, but I do not need the Mega Fin value for the late game yet. This is just an absolutely disgusting board right now. Okay, they dig up. I call them? Sure. That lethal? 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19, 29. That's just lethal. Cool. Oh? So... destroying a taunt is valuable, so I think either the destroy ones are useful here. But... Looming Presence is a little too slow. The Paladin was the one lost so far, yeah. The Grimmer Patron was just on its own too much to compete with. I mean, I said even at the start of that game that the kind of Divine Shield Paladin's best matchup is going to be against an aggro deck. Because the whole point of the deck is that you play, like, undercosted minions that grow way bigger. And that just shuts down... and most of them have Taunt as well, and they keep coming back, so it's just... it shuts down the aggro game plan really well. I beat the Mycelium Druid because they didn't get to play Mycelium, which... like, that is the best deck in Duels right now. Like, no questions asked. That is the single best deck. Oh, I think I want the Vampiric Fangs here. Not because I care about the health gain, but because I care about the targeting. I'm not sure on this, though. This is really close. I guess if it goes late, Surly Mob might just be more valuable for me. But if it doesn't go late... well, if it doesn't go late, then I'm winning, right? Like, that's the whole point. And if they're competing in terms of aggro, then it's removal. Like, yeah, the health helps there, but it's removal. I don't care about the target then. Yeah, maybe it is Surly Mob. I convinced myself. This is absurd. This is really, really strong. like I said earlier, it's rare that I do the same thing in like Slay the Spire. I'll do the same thing in any Magic format with flexible like deck size. There aren't many, but when it's happened, if I get the option to play as few cards as possible, I will almost always do it. Like stuff like this, really valuable. Slay the Spire, I will try and remove every card from my deck, but I'm drawing cards with my hero power so consistently, and Underbelly Angler is so good that I think I still want these. Alright, 6 and 1. So we're 2-0 over Priest. We're 1-1 against Paladin. Although one of the Paladins was Finley. And one of the Priests might have been Elise? I can't remember now. The deck tracker doesn't tell me. Whatever. Mage was actually Mage. I do remember that one. Druid was actually Omu. I do remember that one. And the Warlock was... God, what's even her name? The Warlock one. Both priests were Elucia. Archwitch Willow, that's her name.
Drek'Thar versus Bran. I got you cornered now for the Frost Wolf Clan.
So I really like the Chieftain here because it's a 2-drop. I'm not a big fan of the Grimscale Oracle because I'll pull it with the hero power pretty consistently, and... I mean, actually, okay. This is something I don't want to get with the hero power early, so that's not too bad for me. I can use the hero power a little more effectively now. They're on Crystal Gem, Rally the Troops, Cthulhu? Why? Random Cthulhu? That is spicy. Explosive Sacred Trial, okay. Fishfling is a great 2-drop. That's a really good one to get onto, actually.
Are you my master?
Double Cthulhu! Oh wow, what is happening? Titan is good. I generally prefer the actual Tide Hunter because they're both Murlocs, whereas only this one is here. The Taunt isn't. But, what the? Okay. Sure. I'm gonna just hold this. They have to trade in. And then next turn I can get the kill on that at least with the Chieftain. The question is what else they play. Oh, they attacking? Good. Perfect. Perfect. This is actually an amazing setup for me now because I can clear their board with an Underbelly Angler on board. And that's just one of the best value engines that I've got. So now I can start just like hopefully generating a bunch of Murlocs that they are going to struggle to answer because their deck is Battle Cries. It's not a big spell deck.
Oops, I broke a diamond.
That is perfectly fine by me. Perfectly fine. So now I can either Amalgam or Hero Power. And then I want a No-Fin probably, so that I can clear this here. This survives on 4, and then I can bounce this here, and this still survives. But more importantly, the Angler is protected. The question is what I get from this, and I think the hits are generally good, so I'm going to do it. That's fine. Not that one. Wow, well, their Murloc's got +1/+1. Oh, that's a rough one. That's not what I want to see. Can I get Lush Water Scout, please? Hey, it did! Easy game, easy game. What do we get? Oh, 4-3. That's going to be a 5-3. Cool. Sure. So this gives us Mutinous, okay, and then we're one off on the quest. No, that finishes the quest, sorry. I forgot about the reborn. Still not convinced they're gonna have board clear potential. But I guess I'll just go bigger just to make sure. If they do have something to clear the board here, it's gonna struggle to clear the 5-5 as well. What would they have? It would be Brawl, Cartoon. Yeah, I guess that does it. And they have the removal as well afterwards, then. Alright. I mean, my hand is really good for this, right? I could Mutinous here and try and eat their Cthulhu. Is that worth it? They have 9 in hand, though. I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna Hero Power, see what we get first, then. Room scales, not great. I mean, I'm gonna play it every time, but it's not great. Let's see what else we can get. War Leader is very good. Guess I just want to go wide onto the board still. They just played Heart of Cthulhu, sorry, which is removal that was added to their deck by Cthulhu. They might not have a lot of removal options. So I kind of want to force it, like, force the issue. Six, 7, 8, 9, 17. 25? Alright, Hero Power, there's 2 hits that win the game. Come on. That ain't it. Alright, whatever. We still do it, right? Like, it's too good not to. Either War Leader or Bluegill Warrior wins the game there. Bluegill adds 6 damage, War Leader adds 8. There are a lot of draws that would have won the game with that. Obviously I drew the no fin. Oh no, no, don't heal. Oh, it dies! It's just gone! The Sacred Trial! I forgot that one. Yeah, no, that's it. Oh, let me have my Murloc. This is part of an achievement, please. Oh, good enough. They let me have my Murloc! Yeah. Yeah, there's an achievement for creating tutus with... Or summoning the tutus with Tidal Borrower. I hope it doesn't check for them to be tutus, because that wasn't. That was like a 7-2. Alright, Brand down. That was a weird... That was an odd deck. Cthulhu. Like, Warrior with Cthulhu, original Cthulhu, is pretty good. But I don't know why the second Cthulhu was in the deck, and I don't know why Bran would... I guess you get to discover the parts more easily? Maybe a Cthulhu Warrior with Bran is actually viable again. I did like that deck. That was always a lot of fun. I could be convinced to play that in the next run. That's a really, really bad opening hand. I kept these hoping for like a cheap Murloc that I could play into. But War Leader is not what I want. Oh no, oh no, no, it's Mech Vanda. Okay, so Alex, we were talking earlier about the Paladin, right? The Divine Shield Paladin. Do you want to see that, but better? Just infinitely better? This is disgusting. This is one of the most broken things in Duels, I think. It is absurdly powerful, and I say that in a good way. I think it's really good that it's as powerful as it is. But it is absurdly powerful and going to do disgusting things. So they have, after you play your first non-magnetic mech each turn, add a random 1-mana magnetic to your hand, which is either Rush or +1/+3. Those are the options. And when they lose Divine Shield, give them +2/+2. Alright, I will have this back. And now it's a 6/6 already. We're on turn. That was their turn 3? 3. Okay. Can I deal with this in any way? Lushwater Scout. That ain't Lushwater Scout. That is certainly not that. I'm gonna play this, but so Vandar's hero power is give a minion +1/+1 and at random Rush, Poisonous, Taunt, Wind Fury, Divine Shield, or Stealth. So there are 6 options. It won't give an ability it already has, but it can give Rush at a point where it can already attack. Oh, their face. Go to their face. Go to their face. Yes!
Impressive.
Alrighty. Do I have a way to survive still? This is still really bad for me, but War Leader makes this do 6, which... Oh, sorry, 8, which isn't enough. I actually cannot kill the fucking mini-bot with just War Leader. So I think I have to dig. That won't cut it. That won't cut it. Just gonna break the shield again and cry if they get Wind Fury. I'm also gonna attack here. Breaking the shields looks really bad here, but I specifically don't want them to get Wind Fury. So there's a better chance for them to get the Divine Shield back now. 1 in 4? Does it have Rush already? Doesn't look like it has Rush. Oh my god, this is revolting. Okay. I don't know if I can beat this. I'm just dead. I'm just dead to this. Yeah, no. Vandal good! So firstly, it can just snowball so quickly, so early with the hero power, right? You get Wind Fury on something that you've buffed. You start buffing something to like such an extreme extent that it can't be killed. There's so many ways that that deck can get out of control. Just like absolutely snow. Oh my god. I don't want these two, but Flurgle... no, not neutral. I can't draw it consistently. It's not worth it. I care more about getting the consistent game plan that my hero power gives me with things like Lushwater Scout and War Leaders combined with the sword. Cool. Yeah, Vandal can snowball really quickly, basically. And also keep giving Divine Shield back. So you keep getting the buff from the +2/+2. And then once it gets Wind Fury, that becomes absurd because it's effectively +4/+2. Vandar, I think, has two of the best hero powers in the game right now. I actually really like the way Vandar plays in Duels. I think things like Omu, things like Vandar, things like Drek'Thar are the right power level for Duels. I wish it played like this more, but I also wish you could get a little more consistency with maybe not the buckets, but definitely the treasures. I'm a little tired of building a deck of 15 spells and being offered mummy magic. Like, great, yeah, all my Death Rattle minions, all my 1 minions that care about this. Oh, sorry, all my 1 minions that don't have Death Rattle. That's it. 1 minion in my deck and it offers me fucking Death Rattle synergies. I actually had that the other day. I played Shaman, and it was like a spell Shaman with, Fireheart was my only minion. The only one in my deck. And it offered me 2 Death Rattle synergies, and I can't remember what the other option was, but it didn't work with my deck at all. So I think Duels would be in a good place if things were generally a higher power level. But also, sometimes you do just get to absurd power levels. Or more accurately, I guess. Okay, I guess more accurately, I think Duels gets very, very powerful in the late game with the second treasure. And I wish there were more early game tools that put it to the point that the late game decks reach. It took a while to come up with the alert on the stream, and I'm not sure why. Heyo. Damn it. Wandering Monster Cinema Trail. I didn't even look at those yet. That's actually really good for me, isn't it? Oh, that's amazing. Alright, we're just gonna slam them with this. And they're gonna go straight at my face to try and freeze me, and it's gonna go sideways. Hopefully.
This isn't Moonglade.
Perfect. Perfect. And all my minions that I play get +1/+1. Whew. Ah, boo. No fun allowed. Fine, it's fine. I'll just have a bunch of Death Rattles. Oh, I don't like that one. Now that becomes scary. Where do we go from here? Let's see how many 1-mana Murlocs I can play next turn. Please let me just keep this Scargill. All I want is to smash face with Murkai. No, boring. And by boring, I mean they didn't just, like, you know, roll over and let me kill them, but... So we will dredge up a Spawnful Forager, because that gets reborn. And then draw a card. Good sequencing. I think I want to hold this card now. Shit, I wish I... Okay, so I didn't hero power because if that was on the bottom of my deck, I wanted to be able to find it with the dredger. But now that I think about it, I'm not going to have the mana to use it afterwards anyways, so I'd rather hero power to try and find it. That was a mistake. Yeah. No, the way I was thinking about it was to play around minions like that, but I played it the wrong way, despite considering that. Wildfire, Brain Freeze? Okay. And an Ancient Mystery. Does this always target opponents where possible? No. Okay. And Brain Freeze doesn't either. They just kind of got lucky on that one. Oh well. And their hero power now does 4, so they will get to kill this. Is it Ice Barrier? It is Ice Barrier. We'll keep the Death Rattle one around just to make our board a little stickier. They've shown they have a decent chunk of removal. So we'll just keep that one around and make that the threat. And also we have board refill. Like, board refill isn't a concern for this deck right now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh god, wait, I put them down to 50. Yeah, good. Let's just not, yeah. Let's do that one. I will get one of these again. And then we just... Sometimes you just play Dr. Boom and don't care. I got offered a bucket really, really early. It was like game 3. It was like 3 Dr. Booms. I'm like, you know what? Why not? I don't have much going late game. I might as well. Am I meant to play this? I think it's so difficult for me to do anything though. And nothing off of these except Bluegill. Nine, 4 amalgam. Okay. I don't like having to attack the elemental with the weapon, but I do think it's the right play here. What did they return to hand? Ice Barrier, Frost Nova, Fireball. Okay. That Fireball's going face, isn't it? That's... scary. Yeah?
Winter is here, and it's cold.
What do I need here? Elemental Chaos? Freeze an enemy? That is something. None of the cards I can see there except maybe Bluegill help. And isn't Bluegill? Okay. Fireball. Hero power. Oh, just another fireball. Okay, well, not a lot you can do about that. Turns out the freeze mage deck with nothing but removal and summoning a free 3/6 every turn that freezes is pretty good against the aggro deck. Honestly, I'm happy with how that went. The matches I lost to were just really terrible matchups for this deck, so it kind of did what it was meant to and lost, like, it won the games it was meant to win and it lost the games it was meant to lose, and that's about it. And that ends up 7-3 because I think it's a pretty good deck in the current meta, so yeah, I'll take it. I'm okay with that.